Hi, welcome to Create with Mrs. Carr. I'm excited that you're here. We're gonna work on a crab today. So here's some things that you need. You need a piece of paper and I like to use Sharpie. We need a pencil and an eraser, like a separate one or an eraser like this. I decided to do them in crayons, but you could use marker or a watercolor or something else like that. Gather up your things, you can hit pause and we'll start our project. Okay, here we go. We're gonna make this crab and I kind of have mine off to the side a little bit. You could do yours right in the middle if you want. This guy's more in the middle. It's really up to you. I'm gonna do mine more on the side. Let me show you a picture that I'm kind of going off of. This crab, and there's rocks behind him and there's the sand. Look, he has one claw that's bigger than the other. That's kind of what I'm going for with this. Here we go. I've got my pencil. We're gonna make a line across and a half circle. Okay, now out to the sides, we have like some little squares. And if you think it doesn't look quite right, these should be squares. Okay, on the sides of the squares, we're gonna do a triangle. Okay, we're ready for our big claw. I'm gonna put it on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up from this point on the triangle and do like a big half circle kind of thing and come down. Now I'm gonna do this part. So I come up like another half circle and kind of come in. Okay, there's our first claw. All right, so our second claw is gonna be where this triangle ends, and I'm gonna do like a half circle, and I'm gonna come in, and then I'm gonna do another kind of half circle and come in. So I've got a bigger claw and a smaller claw. Okay, their eyes are kind of on like these little, like funny little things, like antenna almost, and they're gonna come up and curve. And I'm just doing circles on those. Okay, now you get to make a choice. I will show you some legs. Let's look at these two examples. These legs are pointed and kind of like sharp angles, and these are curved and rounded on the edges. So let me show you with these two crabs. You get to choose if you're gonna have the angled kind of sharp points or curved. So just pause for a second. Don't do anything until you see how to do these legs. Let me show you this one more like this first. And I'm gonna do it in Sharpie so you can see pretty well. Here we go. I'm gonna kind of come down and curve, and they have 4 legs on each side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was pretty easy. There's kind of curves. Okay, I've got 4 on each side. This crab looks more like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some angled ones. Like this guy. So how you would do that is you would come out, and I'm just gonna do 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make them thicker. Kind of add to them so they look thicker. So you get to choose what kind of legs you want to do. Okay, here we go. Here's my project again. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna do these legs since they're a little bit harder. Remember, you could do the round ones if you want, 4 on each side. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna come back and make them thicker. So I'm kind of following that line and I come to a point. Okay, I've got my crab and his legs. Here we go. So because I'm doing it kind of like that picture I just showed you, I am gonna now work on the background. If you like your crab and you just want to be done with this project, you could actually now Sharpie it and color it and you could cut it out. You don't have to do a background. So a background is the place that it's hanging out or it lives. But if you want to continue, you can. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make this line. This is where the sand is and then there's sky above it. So I want that line to come across my project, across the whole thing, but I'm not gonna go over his claw. Okay, now if I'm kind of doing this, there's these like scratchy rocks or like maybe sharp rocks in the background. You could do that if you want to. So it's just a bunch of kind of sharp angles. Okay, and then I can come back and create some more of the rocks. Okay. Now, this is the time that you can go through and Sharpie it and then color it. Okay, I have my crab Sharpied now, and I had forgotten to maybe put some little rocks on the sand. You could do that if you want to. So they would just be larger and maybe smaller and really teeny, because rocks are all different sizes, and I think on the beach you would see lots of different sizes. So that's kind of fun, and then you could Sharpie those and then you could color it. So I'm not going to sit and Sharpie them all. Remember that once you Sharpie things, if you go through and you erase your pencil marks that are showing, that's really good. Also, I'm going to leave this up for a second so you can see it if you wanted to do something like this instead with the sunset and the really pretty sky. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project and I'm glad that you're here. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye.